Lego games, while really good most of the time, are made for, we'll say, a little bit of a younger audience, which means the subject matter in the original content sometimes it's not great for kids. So today we're gonna react to the 20 censored moments in the Lego games.
Harry's Awful Family. Lego Harry Potter, years 1 through 4.
Move! Move! He's asleep. He's boring.
He's a crazy good sleeper if he can sleep through that. Honestly, anything happens, a leaf brushes past my window, I'm wide awake and alert. I wish I was a deep sleeper sometimes.
Before heading to the magical wizardry school of Hogwarts, Harry lived under the roof of his nasty aunt, uncle, and cousin.
I might be one of the worst British people, just in terms of I haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies. I know Yanks love them. I just call all Americans Yanks. Americans love them. But I don't think I made it past the 4th or the 5th one. When Dumbledore started screaming about the Goblet of Fire, I wasn't really that interested anymore.
He's constantly mistreated and basically is the Cinderella of the house, getting
good movies though.
Chores and forced to live in a cruddy condition. Though they act kind of vile in the first movie, the first Lego Harry Potter game chose to change the Dursleys into more of a family of cranky pranksters.
Except he's still in the cupboard under the stairs. In fact, he's got even worse of a room now. The cupboard under the stairs in the movies wasn't that bad. I mean, in London, that'll run you like 2,000, maybe 3,000 pounds for rent. This one's awful, though.
In giving us a general origin story for Harry, it gets the point across, more or less, but you can only do so much with pantomime while trying to keep the game lighthearted and fun for kids.
Yeah, you can't have the parents just screaming and yelling at the kids, giving them all trauma and that. The kids that maybe don't have the best home life as well, they want to get away, they want to escapism into the video game. It's not really going to be very good for them. They're just going to be reminded about how bad things currently are. Also, it's Lego. I mean, how serious of a subject matter can you really get? Although there is murder in like all of the Lego games, so you can get pretty serious.
Finn's helmet, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Lego
Finn's
Star
helmet?
Wars The Skywalker Saga.
This is specific. Oh, the bloods. It's so funny because that's like the only blood in The Force Awakens. They Disneyfied the whole series after they started releasing these movies. 2050? This came out 8 years ago? What? No, that can't be right. That's got to be a typo.
We touched upon several scenes from Star Wars that were altered in Skywalker Saga, and this one we completely forgot about. Thanks to Sonic Gamer for reminding us in the comments. In Star Wars The Force Awakens, Finn witnesses the death of one of his comrades, who smears his blood on Finn's helmet.
Hang about, war's bad.
You can't have that in a Lego game, okay? That's just way too graphic.
Well, he just gets smacked up? He gets goop on him instead?
Force Awakens changes the smear to a mess of fruit, while Skywalker Saga changes it to Finn smearing cake over his own helmet.
You know they're doing like genocide when they do that mission, right? They're wiping out just local populations.
Honestly, it's a cute change that does fit the tone of a Lego game.
The context on this is completely wacky. Like, they're just rolling around, doing empire colonialism, just gunning down innocents. So many innocents, just like slaughtering them. But oh, it would be pretty bad if we had blood on that. Do the kids just not understand? I feel like kids are smarter than we give them credit for, right? Oh my god, it's just goop. It's fruit goop.
Anakin's Low Ground, Lego Star Wars the video game, and Lego Star Wars the Skywalker Saga.
Legos are perfect for removing the legs. You just need to go, and then it's done. It's just a little bit of, there you go. That's what they're built to do that. They're supposed to come apart.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Anakin's fate at the end of Revenge of the Sith is pretty gruesome to watch.
I can't believe Obi-Wan didn't put him out of his misery. They're gonna say some Jedi thing about how the murder is bad, but he thought with every fiber of his being, Obi-Wan was like, he's like cut in half, he's in lava, he's burning. There's no way he's gonna survive this. So why would you let your friends just burn and suffer like that for so long? Would you not at least do them the niceness of just putting them out of their misery? Although that would kind of ruin the next movie. Well, there wouldn't be a next movie, really, to be fair. But wouldn't you do that if you're truly about peace and harmony and kindness?
Dude gets caught on fire as Obi-Wan slowly walks away from his Padawan and friend. Thing is, that might be a little too intense for the Titans.
Left him to suffer. That was quite Sith-like, Obi-Wan. Very Sith-like to just leave him to suffer and burn and turn into charcoal. Oh yeah, well, his cave's burning up.
The video game toned down the ghastly imagery. Skywalker Saga took the tragedy and heavy tone and made it just a little more goofy and a little shorter.
What? His hand. It's moving. He's using the force. He's using the legs are moving. Oh my god, this is so messed up. Okay.
It's not as heavily censored as many of the other entries we'll see on this list, but its
I can't believe that
tone is still worth calling it somewhat censored at the least.
It's goofy as anything, man.
He's still alive.
Zam Wesell's
and his goofy legs are moving.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, this was a particularly bad one. This came out in 2002. I was 6 years old when this came out. When I watched this, I was like, I had to do a double K. My little 6-year-old brain couldn't comprehend this death scene.
You were trying to kill.
Another death that was altered, among several others we'll get to soon, was Zam Wesell's assassination on Padme. Not only were the parasitic creatures a little more Looney Tunes in their lethality, but Zam's death was as well.
Oh, dude. Jesus. If you're younger, that freaks you out, man.
Obi-Wan and Anakin are about to find out who tried going after Padme, Jango Fett shoots a dart into Zam. Instead of dying, though, Zam just kind of gets knocked out. Sure, we all know Zam's true fate, but seeing a poison dart lodged into a minifig isn't exactly a pleasant image.
In the Skywalker games, or the Lego Star Wars games, do you not use a lightsaber to chop up stormtroopers? I actually haven't played them. I assume that's what you do in the later games. Do you not do that? Do they not have killing in this? Do they get knocked out by the sonic waves of the lightsaber?
Voldemortis, Lego Harry Potter, years 5 through 7.
Bye-bye. So long. Wait, Voldemort dies? Dude, spoilers.
The battle featured in Deathly Hallows Part 2 is pretty intense to watch even today. With Oh, God. You know what? I'm calling up my sister real quick.
What's wrong? Wait, what's wrong?
With Nagini and the other Death Eaters slain, Voldemort's
like, hold on, we need to get a real pothead on the case. We need to see what this pronunciation's all about.
Power is weakened, allowing Harry to finally bring an end to the Dark Wizard's terror. Voldemort's final moments are haunting, to say the least, with its morbid flair and dramatic tone.
That can't feel good. He turns into dust.
Of course they had to lower the intensity in Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. In here, there is no Nagini to defeat, and Voldemort's dissolution is done in a slightly funnier way, with him falling to pieces in Lego fashion.
Yeah, I mean, that's still like... Okay, I mean, that's not... His head just falls off his body. I mean, that's still pretty bad. That's not even like censored. That's pretty much exactly the same.
Toxin Chamber, Lego Dimensions.
Please attempt to place the Aperture Science weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt Aperture Science heavy-duty super colliding super button.
If you've played either of the Portal games, then you know about the lethality behind GLaDOS's neurotoxin chambers. This is a deadly gas that GLaDOS used to off every single Aperture Science personnel. Though we don't know exactly what one experiences when exposed to the neurotoxin,
death.
We can kind of piece together from other deadly gases what the experience is like. Choking.
It's just so funny. We're talking about Portal and Aperture Science and these toxins, and then it's just Batman. It's Batman's just
obviously.
There.
Maybe some kind of burning some.
And fucking Gandalf. How did I miss that? There's Gandalf here as well.
And why not? Let's just throw in dehydration, deformation, boils, skin lesions for good measure. Am I forgetting?
Your wife leaves you. Your bank account gets emptied. You have to pay taxes, but like twice as much.
He's activating another trap.
What's wrong? You look tired.
None of those exist in LEGO Dimensions, though, or in the LEGO universe for that matter. Walk into the neurotoxin and you'll just explode into pieces. Simple as that. No death. It's a death that is no different than any other LEGO games.
I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how that's really different or censored in any way.
Dooku's demise. LEGO Star Wars.
Oh, there goes the M's.
Saga.
Good, Anakin, good.
Of all the villains across the movies, Dooku's death remains to be one of the most brutal. In the film, Dooku finds himself at the mercy of Anakin, with his hands gone and lightsabers at his neck.
I can't believe he didn't say something like, my master, no. Or, master, no, why? At this point, like, if Dooku thinks he's getting betrayed, he'd be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna out you right now.
What follows is the famous "do it" meme, and Dooku is no more.
Do it. Do it.
There he goes,
Whereas the
head.
movie makes this a drawn-out and somewhat graphic end to the count, Skywalker Saga sort of changed it and sort of didn't. Dooku still dies, but his death is made incredibly quick. Palpatine utters the iconic line, Anakin brings the lightsabers down, and the game moves on immediately after.
Do it.
Indy
Oh, wow,
and Mary.
damn, wow, they really sped run that.
Lego Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures, and Lego Indiana Jones 2: The Adventure Continues.
No drinking allowed on this, sorry. It's gonna be milk instead.
Let's start it!
Much like Han Solo and Princess Leia in Skywalker Saga, Indy and Marion had their romance almost completely neutered in the Lego Indy games. The archaeologist and his old flame have some kind of frustration with each other, as well as playful banter and flirty behavior in the
There's no time for romance when you're searching for ancient treasures like the Holy Grail
How the hell are we gonna
and
get
the
out of
Lost
here?
Ark.
Working on it, I'm working on it.
Well, whatever you're doing, do it faster!
We can't
I need to
show
watch
any of
these
that in
movies.
the Lego game though, and the nuance is kind of impossible to evoke even when restricted to pantomime. On top of that, Marion's drinking prowess is completely absent. Remember, this is a children's game, and alcohol does not exist to children.
No, she can slam down some glasses of milk. She can really slam them down. I mean, that's pretty, like... Aw,
Dinner
that's kind of
with
cute,
Dawn,
actually.
Lego Jurassic
It's a little
World.
cute.
If you've seen the very first Jurassic Park movie, then you can already
God, I have, and they're so good. Oh my god, the Jurassic Park movies are so good. What did they do? What did they do to them? Actually, to be fair, Jurassic World wasn't that bad, at least the first one. The second one was... and the last one, well, let's not even...
replay
Yeah.
the scene where the T-Rex breaks from its pen. It's a terrifying scene through and through, and it marks one of the first deaths in the movie, signifying
good
the true
boy.
dangers of the park.
Yeah, and he dies on a toilet, too, straight up. Like, I feel like...
As Dr. Grant escapes with Hammond's grandkids, the T-Rex finds and devours lawyer Donald Gennaro. Understandably, Lego games
Oh,
don't
he's a lawyer. That's why I wanted to eat
like
him.
to feature gruesome deaths, and so the scene was changed in Lego Jurassic World, where Donald wasn't exactly eaten, he was just brushing the T-Rex's teeth and sitting in his mouth.
What? He was just... Oh.
A grievous end for
I can't believe I haven't played these Lego games. That's so
Grievous.
goofy.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Dude, General Grievous is one of the saddest and most underrated characters in the entire
If
franchise.
you've seen Revenge of the
Poor
Sith,
guy.
then you already know of Grievous.
Well, he's also not a good guy by any means, but like, you know, he's
His grisly
sad situation.
end after fighting with Obi-Wan. It's a pretty haunting scene and shows how intense even Star Wars can get sometimes. Well, we
God.
couldn't show the children an alien's burning robotic corpse. No.
Why not?
None of
No, we got Five Nights at Freddy's. That's fine. Oh, he's doing a little jig. Right, no, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. That is what he would do.
Alters this moment to make it more goofy. Grievous winds up river dancing off a ledge before Obi-Wan tosses his head. It's certainly a funny alteration, but if you want the epic conclusion of the rivalry, just go watch the movie.
So uncivilized.
Luxury
my
on
God.
Madison Island.
The disrespect on a Grievous there is on another level. I always loved Grievous, just the way that he has all the lightsabers that he's harvested from all of the Jedi that he's beaten previously, and the forearms, and he can do the whirly jig. It's
Lego
just sick.
The Incredibles.
You're welcome.
There's a Lego Incredibles
Though
game.
it is very much a
I did play the original Incredibles game, which was, I don't know if it was good or not. I was about 8 years old, so I don't really know if I can say whether or not it was good, but I enjoyed it.
family-friendly superhero movie, The Incredibles still has some subtle jokes and scenes that show its more adult side. We're not even talking about Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl's flirting and their relationship being toned down either. Lego The Incredibles makes an oddly abrupt cut between Mr. Incredible heading to No Madison Island with his new suit and where he meets Syndrome. In the movie, Mr. Incredible is on a luxurious jet where he is served cocktail shrimp and mimosas.
Oh,
This is your
no drinking allowed. I mean, can still have the shrimp though, right? Are we anti-seafood now? Seafood's delicious.
Would you care for more mimosa?
Don't mind if I do.
In the game,
He needs the calories, okay?
this scene is completely absent, and we're thrown from Elastigirl learning about the new suit immediately into Syndrome's introduction.
That's a bit jarring. Like, that's way too quick. Also, that's what Mr. Incredible looks like. Like, where's his glorious chin? You have to, I know we're working with Lego here, but we have to work in that massive, chiseled, giga
We want to say
jawline.
this probably was
Look at that. That's like most of his heads. Also, his receding hairline.
due to budget cuts, but the alcoholic content of mimosa and more adult nature of cocktail shrimp kinda tells us a different story.
Bob?
Yes, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling it with this. I'm not liking this model. I understand that he's got a massive body. I need that
Don't
chin.
sound so sure.
Quicksilver, gone in a flash. Lego Marvel's Avengers.
They called this guy a superhero. Got beaten by one bullet. I mean, okay, well, it was
Ultron.
to be fair, it was a lot of bullets. It was many multiples of bullets. But like, if you're a superhero and you're going down to like a gun, gotta rethink this superhero thing. Well, he's dead, so he can't. But if he was alive, he should.
Wasn't the strongest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it still had its share of memorable moments. One of these was the death of Quicksilver, the speedster villain turned hero. Pietro Maximoff's time in the MCU was short-lived as he met his untimely end, saving Hawkeye from Ultron's forces.
You didn't see that coming.
He could have been so useful in Endgame too.
We can't have a moment this heavy go unaltered in a Lego game. Rather than being riddled with bullet holes, Quicksilver is covered in ice cream. Not sure how this
What?
signifies his death, but we assume anyone
What?
who has played the game knows the context.
No! It was strawberry, and he's horribly allergic to strawberry. Quicksilver.
Hopefully.
You didn't see that coming.
The Greedo Conflict. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
Is no one gonna shoot? Oh, wait.
This was
Han shot first.
honestly the most surprising change we came across. Surely we all are aware of the cantina scene and the handful of times Han's encounter with Greedo.
Yeah, their
has
aim
been altered.
sucks.
It's why we have the whole who shot first debate in the first place, and my god, it's tiring by this point. Skywalker Saga throws in their own version, where Greedo doesn't die and instead walks away frustrated and depressed that his confrontation failed.
What? He just gets a little bit embarrassed and goes home. What do you think he thought about that night?
To TT Games' credit, this was simply done just because it was funny. If you want to see a more faithful recreation of the scene, LEGO Star Wars 2 The Original Trilogy sticks closer to the source material while putting a small touch
Oh my
Greedo's
god.
death the only way LEGO can.
Nice. Nice shot.
History removed. LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures and LEGO Indiana Jones 2 The Adventure Continues.
We're not changing history now, Lego, are we? Surely
Now,
not.
when talking about Indiana Jones, there is one glaring omission from the LEGO games that every Indy fan will notice. Raiders of the Lost Ark features a plethora of Nazi imagery as remnants of this regime are racing to find the mystical Ark before Dr. Jones can snatch it from them.
Yeah, that's a tough one to explain to the kids. Be like, Daddy, what's that? Pointing at the, the flag. I mean, honestly, if you're straight up with the kid, be like, that was the imagery of a very, very bad group of people many, many years ago. You don't want to show it to them, probably, but also going to see it somewhere eventually, I think, and you're going to have to explain it at some point, maybe at the appropriate age. It depends when they're playing this Lego game. History is important to learn, especially at a younger age. Getting invested and enjoying historical discussions is important, but it's also valid to not want your kids to know about the terrible, terrible things they did. Maybe give them the cliff notes. Very, very bad people. Don't like them. No good. It's a tough one. Though I am a massive history enjoyer, so I kind of want people to know things, Yeah, maybe it was a good idea. I can't say. I'm not
LEGO games
a kid's behavioral expert. History's great though.
tailored to kids, it is understandable why any and all Nazi references are removed from the storyline. Do we really need to explain further? Perhaps not.
What's happening?
Dumbledore's
What the fuck just happened? What was it? What? Okay.
demise. LEGO Harry Potter years 5 through 7.
I have to kill you. He's gonna kill me.
Dumbledore's death was arguably the most tragic scene in the Harry Potter movies. The suspense is at a constant high as Harry hides while Dumbledore confronts Draco Malfoy and the Death Eaters. What was even harder to watch was Severus Snape offing his colleague with little hesitation.
Avada Kedavra.
Dumbledore!
Lego Harry Potter removes the tension from the scene, making Dumbledore's death quick and the entire presentation a little bit more wacky. Dumbledore's hand becomes sentient and waves goodbye after jumping off the balcony, while the Death Eaters wear party hats and dance to celebrate the wizard's fall. So
That's it. Oh my god, is that not more traumatizing? If you grew up with this and you kind of like love Dumbledore and they're just waving around party hats, I don't know.
Nedry's gone!
It does show that they're definitely the bad guys though, right?
See, no one cares. Lego Jurassic World.
Oh, he's just not in the game.
Dodson! We've got Dodson here! See, nobody cares.
Don wasn't the only death in Lego Jurassic World that was censored. The notorious Dennis Nedry had his demise censored as well.
Yeah, when this happened, when the first time I watched this when I was a child, that's what also scared me too. The little velociraptors, when they have the frills come up, I was kind of spooked by that.
Of Nedry in Jurassic Park.
Not velociraptors. Like, this scared me.
In his desperate attempt to escape the park with stolen goods, Nedry crashes his getaway car in the rain and is ambushed by a Dilophosaurus.
It's smaller than you. Chokeslam it.
Changes his fate drastically, letting him
Really?
run away from the Wrangler and his consequences.
But he just gets away? Oh man, he just gets away. Honestly, he's so much bigger than it. I mean, he's a big guy. He's got some muscle mass. You can choke slam it. You can probably pick it up by the arms around the neck and just kind of throw it a little bit. It's got little arms, so it wouldn't really be able to fight back all that much. But also, I'm the kind of person that thinks that I could probably take any animal, apart from a bear. Definitely couldn't take a bear or an ape or a gorilla. Couldn't do that. Maybe I'm wrong on this. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh god, he was enjoying it. You could tell by the little tail flip. He was having a good time there for a bit until the death, obviously.
During the first
maybe he was still
act
liking
of
that actually.
The Jedi, Luke and company take on crime lord Jabba the Hutt and his cronies to free Han Solo. Leia manages to defeat the fat slug just by ringing her chains around him. Of course, you can't let the kiddos see that. That's too graphic. Even in 2006, that was.
So she just beats him up.
Jabba's death is.
She just does some combos on him. Just gives her the old 1-2. Does a kickflip and everything.
Completely removed. His downfall now being stuck in his ship's window, and then the ship explodes in the distance.
Okay, well that's definitely a more violent way to die.
This change doesn't make.
Oh no! Oh no, step bro! I got myself caught in the window. Can you help, step bro? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
this
sorry.
This change doesn't make much sense though. Jabba's death was recreated in LEGO Star Wars 2: The Original Trilogy, and no problems came of it at the time. Gruesome, yes, but even in LEGO form, maybe it doesn't fit the goofy atmosphere of the newer.
It didn't even look like he was getting choked.
It's a weird change.
I think doing combos and martial arts and just kicking the fuck out of him and punching him in his eyes is so much funnier, though. Yeah, come on.
Gazerbeam's fate. LEGO The Incredibles.
Oh, he's super dead.
A central piece in The Incredibles story is the disappearance of one of Mr. Incredible's colleagues, Gazerbeam. We eventually
He's skeletonized and everything.
The laser-themed hero was one of Syndrome's victims, having died in one of Nomanison Island's caves. For some reason, Gazerbeam was rewritten in LEGO The Incredibles, still alive and hiding in the same cave simply out of fear.
Huh?
Wait, he's just hanging out?
Whoa!
What?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
In addition to censoring a temporarily disturbing point in the story, his resurrection feels like it was done for the sake of keeping the co-op gameplay alive. What, you couldn't keep him as a skeleton and let us play him that way?
Oh, that would have been... Oh, I forgot about the co-op gameplay. That's right. A lot of the character deaths may have been retconned or just not died, so you can use them as a skin, and as like a co-op character, so you can play as Greedo. So when he leaves off in a huff, he comes back to help hand later on because he's doing Greedo things. He's big Greedo time.
Or you just couldn't bring back Frozone or something? You had to rewrite Gazerbeam, huh? That was kind of the thing that kept The Incredibles mature and so memorable.
I took a knock to the coconut. Amnesia, maybe?
Opening the Ark. LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, and LEGO Indiana Jones 2 The Adventure Continues.
Ah, the spirits. Good.
In case you haven't seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in a while, we'll warn you that the movie is way more violent and graphic than you probably remember. Of these particular moments, one scene no one ever forgets is when Belloc and the Nazis open the Ark.
Nice, yeah. Honestly, oh my god, whoa! What? That's what that's from? It's from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've seen that in like GIF form before. I didn't realize it was from this.
Scream and explode. It's a real party, folks.
Damn, they literally have plot armor on right now. It is just going around them. Crazy plot armor.
The LEGO games can't show that level of violence, though. Instead, Belloc and the soldiers get scared and pop apart. It's brief and sells the horrific nature.
Yeah,
of the
that makes sense.
For the kiddos to get, laugh at, and move on.
I think that's fine. That's okay. What are you supposed to do? Have them melt? Actually, you could have the Legos melt. They are made of plastic. That is true.
Where's Alderaan? Like,
oh no. Okay. If we have a planetary genocide in the Lego games, nothing else would make sense.
Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Did they just not reference it?
That's funny. The damage doesn't look as bad from out here.
Admittedly, this one totally escaped us for 10 censored moments in Skywalker Saga until some of you lovely folks in the Mojo Plays community pointed it out.
They just don't reference it at all?
In case you didn't see that list, we had completely left out this crucial detail. Alderaan is kind of missing from the episode 4 storyline. Well,
okay, yeah, that makes sense. You really can't do much worse than destroying an entire planet. That's billions of people, languages, culture, history, hopes, and dreams wiped out in an instant. It's more than genocide. It's like hypercide. That's not a word. I don't think that's a word. It's the worst thing that anyone potentially has ever done. So it makes sense that it's not in a kid's game. Yeah.
Mentioned once or twice throughout episode 4. That's kind of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A child couldn't even comprehend an entire world being destroyed. Everything that we've ever done or known, achieved, or learned is all on Earth. If it was wiped out in like a blink of an eye, everyone completely vaporized, that would overload a child's brain. They just wouldn't know how to handle it. I'm not surprised they didn't put it in, to be honest. But you know what? I am surprised that you haven't used code patterrz at GamerSubs yet to get some delicious caffeine or caffeine-free beverages that you're gonna absolutely love with international shipping and each scoop costing less than $1. It's an easy choice to make, just like subscribing to this YouTube channel is. I hope you like the video.